Linda, let's see what our legal expert has to say about this. Ron Walker, what do you have a feeling about this kind of situation?
Well, not knowing her specific facts, I'd advise one of two things. One, to hire her own expert to do her own testing and then present that evidence to the insurance company and go forward. More than likely, the insurance company will react to that outside evidence. The other is to seek the assistance of counsel if she thinks that's necessary.
Who would I go to as far as, who handles that type of, like if I were to get legal advice, who would I look to get the right information from? Do I need to go to the insurance board to see if I could get some help there to investigate what's going on here? Because they're telling me I'm going to have to pay out of pocket.
Right.
I'm also having to pay a second deductible on, you know, the cracked toilet and the second mold claim when I feel like that was part of the contractor's mess up. And in that case, the insurance company's having to pay more money out of their pocket when I feel like the contractor should have to pay that money.
Margie, I think it's probably a good idea to check our website and maybe get a hold of Ron Walker on Monday and let him give you some more advice off air for your particular situation.
Okay, I'd appreciate that.
Thank you much for calling, Linda.
Okay, can I get Ron Walker's phone number, or is it on the website?
It'll be on the website. You'll be able to catch him on the website.
Okay, I'll do that.
He's got an office in Austin, so he's down amongst them, so to speak.
Okay, great.
Thank you for your call, Linda.
Thank you.
Well, back to the black mold situation. Kevin, what is mold? Let's take a look at what you brought us today to see what mold's all about.
Well, Chet, basically molds are living organisms present in everyday life, everyday activity, and what we're really concerned about is the amplification. Here in an inspection of more or less a pier and beam type setup, we have a technician that's going through and checking for mold, taking samples. This particular picture here is your common types of mold found in everywhere where you've had a little bit of a water problem. A lot of people see this throughout their house. This is a typical situation where you'd need to clean that up.
So wherever there's moisture, there might be mold.
Wherever there's moisture, there's mold. Smoke and fire, moisture, mold.
Okay.
This is pretty much speaks for itself here. Cathedral ceiling, sheetrock, cellulose materials, a good...
well, you brought some ugly pictures, Kevin.
Definitely. Well, these are extremes too, Chet. Everybody doesn't live in areas like this, but again, moisture, this is a humidity problem here. We've got some moisture coming through and some cellulose material to eat, and we've got the perfect environment for mold. This is a dirty HVAC system.
That's in the ducting itself?
That's in the air duct itself.
Wow.
That's correct. Source removal remediation methods performed along the lines of NADCA guidelines would bring you to a clean duct system like this here, Chet.
My goodness. You know, Erin Brockovich is going through a lawsuit right now. She's got mold problems too in her house.
Yes, sir.
I mean, it's everywhere.
Yeah. She's on a new crusade, and definitely mold is in her targets there, right. and rightfully so. It's a problem. It's been a problem in her house, been a problem in several people's house, and it's an issue now that we learn more about the health effects now from some of the health reports that are coming out, and we're tying it to some exposure type illnesses, pulmonary fitness type problems, things of that nature.
So what kind of effect do you think it has on someone's health, mold? We've heard a lot of different cases.
Well, Chet, on the extreme case, you can have pulmonary problems over it. On the lighter case, you can have allergic type reactions, and in most cases, or a lot of cases, nothing at all.
You know what we're going to do when we come back? We're going to find out what the insurance industry has to say about this issue of black mold. Let's take a look at weather. Be right back. Welcome back. This is Chet Wilke, your real estate advisor. We're talking about black mold, and we've got someone from the insurance business on the phone right now. Bo Gilbert's calling in from Austin. Bo, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Chuck.
Bo, a lot of things are happening in your business, isn't it?
Yes, it's quite an interesting time.
What insurance companies are having difficulty writing coverage related to black mold?
Well, I can tell you what insurance companies are no longer writing the HOB policy in Texas, which is considered the homeowner's broad form. To my knowledge, State Farm, Allstate, Farmers Insurance, and Safeco, I believe, have all stopped writing the HOB policy for new homeowners unless you were a current policyholder from them transferring in from another state or even within Texas.
And I understand there's been some consumer groups that have been petitioning legislature to enact some kind of legislation to put a cap on black mold remediation. I thought the cap was something like $15,000. Is that true?
I know that there has been a number of requests of the legislature to either conduct an interim study or to enact legislation to address the mold issue.
And in reference to remediation, I guess, fixing the problem, I saw a figure recently, and it was something like $17,000 is an average claim amount to remediate the problem of black mold in Texas. And of course, we know that Aaron Brockovich has got one going as high as $600,000.
Correct.
Is there any industry statistics that help us out with this scenario of what it really costs to take care of this problem?
Well, I think one of the problems you have with, as far as remediation goes, is two issues. Number one, or the standards. What level of mold is acceptable? I don't believe there are any standards that identify that. The other issue you have involves with the remediation contractors themselves. Are the individuals who are doing the remediation qualified? Do they know what they're doing, or are they doing unnecessary work? And I think those factors oftentimes contribute to what may be a higher than necessary cost.
So, Bo, where do you think we're heading with this issue of insurance?
Well, I think there's a couple of issues we need to address. As I mentioned earlier, one is we need to find out if the mold poses a health risk, and if so, what level of mold is acceptable. So I think we do need to get the medical, the scientific community involved in helping on that angle, and I do know that the Department of Insurance has asked for their input.
Sounds like we need some building science people involved in this thing, and certainly the homeowners at great risk in this issue.
I don't think we can minimize the risk to the homeowners.
I appreciate it, Bo. Thanks a lot for calling into the show.
Anytime. Thank you for your help.
Appreciate it.
Bye-bye.
And I'd like to thank you guys, too. Thanks, Ron. Thanks, Kevin, for joining us on Your Real Estate Advisor. And when we come back, we're going to open the email bag. Be right back. Welcome back. As you can see, black mold is not selective. It can cause a lot of damage to your house and your health. There is no easy solution or true eradication. Keep an eye out for black mold. Remember, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. For more information about this show, our guests, or any of our past shows, log on to TXCN.com and click on Your Real Estate Advisor. Our site will be invaluable to you regarding real estate in Texas. And now you can search the MLS for homes, property, and commercial real estate right from our homepage. So log on, check it out, and don't forget to email us your questions. Have you checked your electric bill since deregulation? How is the energy efficiency of your home? Next week, we will explore ways to save energy, decrease the charges on your electric bill, and check out the energy efficiency of new homes. Join us next week for energy and money-saving tips. Now, as a consumer advocate, let's address some of your concerns and answer a letter from our email bag. I tried to lease a space at a local industrial center. I liked it and made a deposit. Afterward, I decided the space was too small and asked for a larger one. When the owner said they didn't have a larger one, I asked for my deposit back. He said he would only give me back half. I never signed a contract or lease agreement. What are my legal rights? Well, that's probably not a real easy answer, since I'm not a lawyer. But in my opinion, since you did not sign away your deposit and you didn't sign a lease itself, sounds like you should get your money back. But I think you need to talk to legal counsel to make sure. Thanks for your email. And our thanks to Ron Walker and Kevin Hinton for sharing their insights and thoughts with us today. And our many thanks to you for your calls and emails. If we didn't get to yours, we'll try again next week. This is Chet Wilke, your real estate advisor. Remember, I'm just a click away. Have a great week.